Alrighty, everybody, it's Michael Alder here from CarpetExpertBlueprint.com, and in this video, I'm just going to draw out a quick blueprint on how you could go from making 50 to 60 grand a year in the carpet installation business and up that into the lower six figures, and then how to go ahead and make the transition into making multiple six figures. So this is for a lot of you installers that are relying on stores, the big box warehouses like Lowe's and things like that for your work right now. First things first is you're going to want to scale back on some of that. Even if you're the bigger hitter in that marketplace, scale back, because the easiest way to scale and become extremely profitable is to sell and market your own jobs. That's where you're really going to kill it. So let's say right off the bat, you're working for the stores, and as an average across the board in the US, you're getting $350 per square yard. So if you went back to doing 55 yards a day for the stores at $350 a yard, this would give you $50K a year right off the rip. Now, the idea is to be making more money here. It's actually going to be 50,050. Now, you're going to need to still make your car payments, your rent, your mortgage, whatever the case is. So this 50K, I know you can't walk away from right now. And if you're making 75, 80 right now, scale back to this, so you could open up the doors for far more opportunity. So if you're working for the stores, aim to do on average 55 yards a day at $350 a yard. This is gonna give you $50K a year. Now the easiest money to make in this business is in repairs. A huge part of my business is offering repairs, restretches, seam repairs, tears from pets, things like that. The marketplace is huge and people do not offer repair services. Now in my world and in most out there, you get $75 for a stop charge. So that means if you're in there, you do a quick patch, it takes you 30 minutes, that's 75 bucks. Anything above that, if you're doing restretches a whole house, it could be upwards of $250, $300 to restretch everything out. But let's just keep it at $75. I want to keep this nice and conservative so we could follow this blueprint here. And let's do this 6 days a week over the next year. This is going to bring you $27,000 just in repair services. So between the store and the repairs, we're already at $77,000 plus right now. But next we got to start selling our own jobs, and this is where the fat money comes in. So let's keep it conservative. Once again, on average, when we're selling jobs, between the labor and the sales commission on it, we get 10 to 12 a yard. But let's just call it 7 a yard in case you're in a tough, more aggressive market and it's harder for you to sell. So let's just say you were able to sell 70 yards a week. And let's be real, 70 yards a week is like 3 to 4 drop bedrooms. This is nothing for you to sell, and you could absolutely fit it into your schedule between doing 55 yards a day and 1 repair a day. You know, you still have 2 hours a day, 2, 3, 4 hours a day left over, depending upon your skill set, to go ahead and make room for this. So we're going to do 70 yards a week. $7 a yard is what we're going to make on average between our labor and a little bit of commission, and it could be much higher than this, but let's keep the numbers safe. This is going to bring you in 25,000 plus right here. So all of this here is going to come out to 102.9, and this is super easy to achieve. Now, the reality is we want to get to 250 plus, because that's where life really begins. You know, you do 200 plus, your life, in most markets, I should say, if you're in some high-end Cali, Chicago, stuff like that, but if you're in the Midwest, East Coast, Florida, areas like that, a couple $100 grand, you could have a pretty good lifestyle off, and you get a nice house, you take a lot of vacations with your family. But before we transition into that, we got to figure out how to market ourselves to sell these jobs. So this is where you're going to tell all your peeps what you're doing. You're going to print up some business cards. Even personally, I don't believe in them. I use postcards and hand deliver those. I just make people put my name and information right into their phone when I talk to them. But where are you going to get these leads from? Go to your network in your contact list in your phone already. Let them know you're offering additional services, side work. You could do it cheaper than the stores, blah, blah, blah. Just pitch fest. Let everybody know you're going out on your own. Believe me, word spreads fast, especially in economies like this. So you want to connect with real estate agents, landlords, rehabbers, anybody in your community. If you go to church, let people know within your church. what you're doing, your contact list in your phone, you're going to place ads on Craigslist. And believe it or not, doing repair ads in the newspaper classified section, you're going to appeal to an older demographic, and they still read the newspaper and they still love services like repairs. So put it costs you $300 a month to drop an ad in the newspaper. You'll make your money back, no problem. So you're gonna market like crazy to get this. Now let's say this is your goal for 2019, to go from 50, 60, 70 to 100K. In 2020, you wanna jump this an additional 100 grand. So what we need to do is market our butts off. We're gonna dump this store right here, and our goal is to be doing at least 70 yards a day. So if you did 70 yards a day at our very conservative number of $7 per yard, selling your own jobs, that's going to give you $24.50 a week, which is $127.4 a year. So just doing 70 yards a day, most guys can have this done in 4 to 5 hours. Empty 70 yards a day, boom, 4 to 5 hours. You still have 5 hours on the table to go ahead and upsell, cross-sell, promote more, and generate more income. So right off the rip, just doing this, we already dominated 2019's numbers here. Let's go ahead and keep the repairs exactly the same, just doing a repair a day. This is going to bring you $27,375, which is going to take you to $150. Actually, 154,775. So you already raised your income by $50,000 plus in 2020, and you still have time on the table. So this is where you really want to be upping your sales skills. Check out programs by Grant Cardone, follow Gary Vaynerchuk, learn how to sell and really up this to 100 yards a day, learn how to increase this margin, and you'll be well over the 200,000 plus. Now, if you have any questions about this, this is just a rough blueprint for you to follow and go ahead and map out your own thing. But I just want to share how easy it really is to make a tremendous amount of money in the flooring business, where most guys are making 40, 50, 60 and thinking they've kept their income. You haven't even tapped into the real potential that's there. So comment below with any questions. I'll create a video answering it for you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video.